Okay, so CNN Plus, it's unbelievable. It's done. It just launched. It's in its third week. The reports were absolutely devastating about the lack of interest in this thing. They said 150,000 total subscribers, only 10,000 watching on any given day. I mean, I've seen it promoted so many different places. They are doing their level best to get people to watch that Chris Wallace show. Mostly it's the CNN anchors doing things other than their normal show. Like Don Lemon had a talk show, which apparently nobody wanted to watch. I'm shocked. Brian Stelter. Lemon, Brian Stelter was given a daily show. I can't. How did this fail?
Yeah, it's brought in so much new talent.
So they fired the head guy, the guy who was running it, because Discovery just took over CNN. And I guess they're basically like, we never agreed to this. You shouldn't have launched this right before we took over. We didn't want this, and clearly the American public didn't want this. It wasn't even like I don't know, they didn't even give people CNN. So it's like at least you could watch it digitally, if you're a CNN fan. It's just weird offerings by random people on CNN. And Wallace is probably the biggest question because they're paying him reportedly $10 million a year. He left Fox. Now what? They're not going to put Chris Wallace in Chris Cuomo's old spot, which is still open at 9 p.m. No one would watch that. So they're not dumb. So I don't know what happens there. I do feel for all the people who are now laid off, who went over there in good faith and thought, oh, great, a good opportunity. This used to be a great brand, and now we're out of a job. What do you guys make of it?
I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars spent by the corporate entity to try and achieve something in the space. This is obviously just a difficult time for streaming. I suspect most people listening or watching know that Netflix is also struggling with some of its subscriber numbers. But the reality is that the space has just become a heck of a lot more competitive. And what you actually have to be able to do is deliver some original content, some unique value, or have a significantly important archive of content. And CNN Plus didn't offer any of those things. These were total retreads of the same shows that you could get for free, featuring most of the same people. And to the extent they even had other kinds of documentary content there, most of that stuff you could get on other platforms. This is just not interesting.
Yeah,
this
the one
horrifying.
thing
Somebody tweeted out, guys, even New Coke had a longer lifespan than this. Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
Fail faster, at least. No, there's, I think, a new thing that people are trying to tap into, which is, for lack of a better word, the affinity economy of media. People like Megyn Kelly and like what she does. Let's pretend she's not here. And so they affirmatively will subscribe to it because they want to give you a high five. They identify with you personally in some way. And that is a lot easier for an individual or a small group of individuals like us to do than it is for a big corporation that's been around forever. Most big media organizations are kind of like, eat your Wheaties, democracy dies in darkness. If you don't subscribe to this newspaper, we'll shoot your dog. And that works for a couple of titles. It works at this moment for the New York Times, arguably for the Washington Post, but not for very many legacy media outlets. It certainly has no reason to work for CNN or MSNBC. I don't even know if they could work exactly for Fox unless you changed the model and start offering a lot more documentaries. I guess that's what Tucker's been doing.
The end of
getting down to the tanning industry.
Tanning your balls. That's what he's saying. To have more testosterone, you got to tan your.
That I would subscribe to. I do want to point out, by the way, because neither Matt nor Kmele did toot our own horn here. We do have more daily listeners than CNN Plus, and it did not cost us $300 million to do so.
Although I would like to have $300 million that we could spend.
If anybody wants to give it to us, I mean,
I would do better than them for sure.
Does anyone remember Quibi? We were just talking about this off air.
Right.
Do you know how much money they raised?
No.
$750 million.
No.
Yes,
Who was the filmmaker behind that?
million. Yes.
Katzenberg.
That was Jeffrey Katzenberg.
Yes.
And it shows you one thing that has been apparent to a lot of us for a long time. People at the tops of these companies have no idea what the American people want. How long did it take for Spotify to sign Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan was running the tables on everybody for years, but nobody wanted to reach out and say, well, those are the icky people that listen to Joe Rogan. Either they're the MMA types or they're these kind of libertarian conservative types. We don't want them. As Matt says, it's the eat your Wheaties type. I mean, we know what's good for you. And we're going to tell you what you should like and what you should listen to. And you know what? I mean, CNN is getting their money as part of a legacy cable package. People know the brands. That's why they survive. It's not because everyone is champing at the bit to watch Don Lemon every night, please. No. And they definitely aren't going to pay $5 a month for it. $5. I paid more for that, like for my coffee this morning, and I still wouldn't pay
Stephen L. Miller tweets out as follows: "Libs of TikTok is alive and CNN Plus is dead." Pretty good. Cryptocurrency may represent the future of money. It's one of the most exciting investment opportunities to come around for some time. But what about the taxes? With an Alto crypto IRA, you can trade crypto like Bitcoin and avoid or defer the taxes. Alto's crypto IRA is the easy way to get crypto into an IRA. You can trade all you want without the tax headache. Create an account in just a few minutes. No setup charges, no account fees. Secure trading 24/7 through Alto's integration with Coinbase. You ready to take your investments to the next level? Diversify like the pros and trade without tax headaches. Open an Alto crypto IRA with as little as $10. Just go to altoira.com/Megyn. That's ALTOIRA.com/MEGYN. Start investing in cryptocurrency today. Go to altoira.com/Megyn. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.